Hey,
Hello, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening if it's nighttime where you are.
how was your week, Mel?
It was good. I feel like it's a pretty busy week, so it went by pretty fast, which that's fine with me. How was your week? I am loving the background. It looks so
Thank
great.
you. My room's almost done. There's just a couple of boxes out of the shop that I need to do. But it's been a really good week. It's been quite quiet. I'm off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, so that's going to be good.
That's
I'm going
exciting.
to Stonehenge. I don't know whether you've heard of Stonehenge now. It's one of the seven wonders of the world, I think. It's just
I
some
think I've heard
stone.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to see
Yeah,
that
it
on
reminds me of
Wednesday.
that movie. Is that close to you?
It's about a 2 hour drive, so it's quite a far trip, but we're off, so it doesn't matter. We've got some lovely
It
people in the
reminds
chat this morning.
I know. And sorry if I'm lagging a little bit. My connection might not be the best. It's raining over here, so I think that's kind of messing me up a little bit. So sorry.
That's okay. It's usually me, isn't it? But I've got internet this week, which is good. I forgot to mention that's a big thing. So we have got some very exciting guests today. We have got Park Pioneer, so I'm going to add them in now. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. How are you doing? How was your week?
Well, we've been in quarantine because we came back from Disneyland Paris on Monday.
Mm.
So we have done nothing this week.
But you had a good time, right?
Yeah, we had an awesome time. But now we are paying for it by not being able to go to Starbucks.
Oh no. They need to bring out Starbucks delivery on like Just Eat or Uber Eats or something.
Although I don't think my bank balance could deal with that and shop Disney.
That's very true. So would you guys just like to tell everybody in the chat about your channel?
You want to do it?
I'll leave it to you.
Oh, okay then. Hello, we are Park Pioneer. We generally do Disney vlogs from Disneyland Paris. We basically just post anything Disney, don't we?
Yeah.
So vlogs, tips, hauls, lots of pins because I may have a slight pin addiction. Plushie, basically anything that's Disney that I like and buy. Yeah, we generally do Disneyland Paris. That's our home park, but we are DVC members, so theoretically we should every year be doing Walt Disney World, but Corona's kind of put a
stop to that
straight away. So we've not been able to have our like welcome home day and stuff yet, but
yeah, because that was your first trip after becoming DVC, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we should be there in 2 weeks' time. But obviously we can't actually fly to America. So yeah.
So our next one is
February.
So it's a bit of a wait for us.
And then hopefully, fingers crossed, next year we're going back to Tokyo Disney as well.
Ooh. Now I'm going to need some plushies if you go there.
Well, last time we went to Tokyo, we had to buy an extra suitcase anyway. So
yeah,
I figured it's just expected now.
We'll be prepared this time.
So we had an extra suitcase just to bring back souvenirs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my kind of people. Yeah.
I did that. When we went to Florida when I was 6, we had to bring back a suitcase just because I'd bought a load of Pokemon and they wouldn't fit in my regular suitcase. So
we had to get another suitcase in. So we went to Walt Disney World for the first time in February, and we had to buy another suitcase whilst we were there because I may have gone a bit mental.
What of a trend?
Yeah. Although in my defence, I did already know I was going to buy a lot because I paid for an extra suitcase on the way back before we even went out. So
You know what's crazy? I literally just missed you when I went to Florida in February. Cause I even forget the dates that I was there, but I was there for the pin trading night. And I think you guys had just left, right?
Yeah, I think it was about 3 days.
Yeah, if we knew
Like-
that pin trading event was on, we would have stayed for it and around it. But
Yeah.
oh well.
Well, next time we gotta plan something. Like I was telling Lizzie, and I think you guys already know that I wanted to go to Florida later this year, but my job was making it a little tough for me to go. So if I manage to go sometime this year, I'll let you know. But if not, I feel like we're just shooting for sometime next year. So maybe we can plan a big trip. Maybe you guys can come to Florida sometime next year. Maybe we can all meet up.
Definitely. I mean, we bought annual passes whilst we were there. So far, not the greatest investment, but
No, it's a bit of a
It's
waste of
becoming a bad
Um,
omen for like Disney trips. Like you buy an annual pass and then they all close. Like it's on you guys. Mel, I hope you like my shirt. I'm wearing a Beauty and the Beast shirt, especially for you.
I love it. Hashtag squad goals. I like that.
We are the squad goals
That's so cute.
today. So we've had a very busy week, all four of us, because there was the MellyMel Main Attraction Dumbo release and the added stress. Mel, how did you get on?
With the merch pass?
Yeah.
It was horrible. So, oh great, my phone is making a weird noise now. My house phone. Sorry about that. I entered for Merch Pass because we had Merch Pass on August 11th for the King Arthur's Carousel, and then a week later on the 18th we had it for Dumbo. So it was the same day that you guys had the regular release to Shop Disney. I put in my picks as usual. I put in for the pins. I didn't put in for the ears this time. I had my husband put in for the pins. I had my coworker put in for the pins. I had my brother-in-law put in for the pins. Guess what? 0 emails between all of us. 0.
Bad luck.
See, huh?
That's really bad luck. Like 4 people and not a single person got an email. Like I don't know how they do this algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know either. And like my coworker doesn't really buy anything from Shop Disney, and you would think that maybe first timers might have better luck, but no, none of actually my best friend, she loves Dumbo. She put in 2, she didn't get it. It's between 5 people, so no email. So that was pretty sad. Like I was so bummed about that. I was just like, okay, so I mean, they have tons of items. I just want the pins. And when you go through Merch Pass, it tells you how many items they have. So pins, they had like, I don't know, like 20,000 pins or something. They had a lot.
Oh
And you're
wow.
telling me, yeah, and you're telling me that 5 people put in for it and nobody got the pins? Like, what is up with that? So not the best luck.
Do you think that there'll still be a second round of emails, or are you just?
I don't know, because I feel like Merch Pass is still pretty new. We had a second round of emails with one of the other releases, but I don't know if they're going to do that with this. I know that recently, about a week ago, a lot of the items from Minnie Mouse Main Attraction were back in stock on the website. But from previous releases, we had like Tiki Room, we had Pirates, we had a Small World. So I guess, I don't know if they have some just leftover items. I actually ordered 2 ears from last week, from when all these items went live again. I ordered the ears for Tiki Room and the ears for It's a Small World. I don't know what I'm actually gonna get, because you know how Disney's kind of notorious for canceling orders sometimes when the items are a little hot. So we'll see. But yeah, I was pretty bummed that I didn't get the Dumbo pins. Hi, Lizzie's mom.
I'm just going through the chat, highlighting everybody's comments.
You know, when they did the Small World days originally, didn't they end up sending out the ones that you could just buy that weren't the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction for some people because they ran out of them?
Oh, really?
Yeah, some people got the ones that just say like hello. In fact, they're on my wall, like over there, but too far to get. But just the normal A's that you can buy. Some people got them instead of the main platinum ones because they ran out. So then how have they found them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on with like all these crazy releases. I don't know. All I know is that it is all just like a lottery. Just getting all these
Yeah.
items is.
I mean, Kerry beat me to it. The big surprise this week is that they've actually pulled the plush from production.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't quite understand the logic, because surely the stock would be in hand before they went live on the website, so they could have chosen to pull the plush beforehand, but they didn't. So everyone who's ordered the plush, which is my mom in the chat, and Joe, did you get an email as well?
I've got an email for a refund yet, though.
Yeah, they have said it's going to be done automatically, so to not like message guest services, but it's already started a spark of rumours. Some people are saying it's going to be 2021 when the email I saw clearly says later in 2020. And last time I checked, later in 2020 is not next year. So I'm hoping for maybe November we'll get it. I don't know how long these things take to produce, but I'm really upset because there's going to be a gap on my shelf for who knows how long. I'm keeping the plush stand there. I'm keeping the tag protector there just for when she's ready. But I don't know what quality issue it could have been. I personally think maybe the feather was really sharp, but maybe not. Have you guys got any idea?
I don't know, but I can see that the feather being an issue, especially because I mean, and you don't want like anything like sharp there or anything that that can be like a choking hazard too, anything that could come off. It's the only thing I can think of. What do you guys think, Joe and Andy?
I honestly just have no idea what it could be, because like it's not an actual feather, was it? It was like a stylized, wasn't it?
It's got to be something fundamentally wrong with the plushie for them to pull it. Now we've seen previously where there's tags of extra thread or bending.
Ears not like sewed on properly, so they're sewed to the wrong place,
and they were acceptable. So for them to actually withdraw it from sale, it must be pretty bad.
I wonder.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Like, I've got nearly every single one has a bent ear. A few of them have a creased skirt, so it's got to be something that's a danger rather than an actual. I consider a quality issue to be that it doesn't look good enough, but I actually think it might be a danger to someone, like a choking hazard or a small part or something like that.
So are they marketed as being gloss, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's actually that the fabric they've used on the dress is flammable. That's where I was trying to think of like all the things that could be different between the plushies, really. I know the actual style of them is the fabric they're using is different, but fundamentally they're all sort of like the furry body and stuff. But the actual dress material is quite different between them. So I wonder if that
maybe the ruffles, there might be a problem, because we did say there was a lot of ruffles, didn't we? So maybe the ruffles are flammable. That's a good idea, actually. I mean, we'll never know. They do like to keep from us what it is.
We might see. It may have caught it after they've shipped a few. We may have the odd person who might get a plush.
Maybe, because I don't think everybody's got an email, because I've had a few Instagram DMs asking me what the email says, and I'm like, well, if you've ordered one, you should automatically get an email unless you do actually end up with one of these. But it certainly sounds like it's the whole run of plush rather than one or two.
Yeah, and it's a bit weird that they basically just said, oh, we'll put it back on sale and we'll send you a link so you get first refusal. But then it's like, what if I don't get it that time, but I got it the first time? So now, am I always going to get that?
I'm very anxious about that, because, like, me personally, I would have preferred them to say we are giving you the option of a refund or like a pre-order system, so that you know that as soon as it's ready, the money will just be taken from your account. They've done pre-orders before. The new masks are pre-orders. The child plush was a pre-order. It's not like they've never done this. It's not like their system can't cope with pre-orders. So I don't know what they're up to be honest, but I just really hope we get to see it soon. I mean, we're in August now, so it won't be done by September. So there's going to be a gap, and it won't be done by. I need to make that full screen. It probably won't be done by October either, but I'm hoping for November.
Yeah, definitely. And sorry, I was having some technical difficulties trying to share the right screen. So Lucy probably got tons of pop-ups as I was trying to sort it out. But yeah, I mean, Minnie does have like a little feather or something on her belt. But you know what you guys were saying, yeah, it's probably like Joe said, maybe the dress is flammable. There's some kind of be some. I can see that taking priority, recalling an item because it's danger rather than what it actually looks like. Because I mean, if you think about it, do you guys remember that Visa pin that came out recently, Lady and the Tramp, with the typo on it, where anniversary had an extra A in there? I mean, even the artwork on the website had the error in there. So I can see how maybe it's not that the plushie looks kind of funky. I think it's more like it must be kind of, it's just to be some kind of hazard to it. So rather than, being sued, it's better to avoid a lawsuit by just recalling the item and then just, having it done the right way. But yeah, I'm leaning towards thinking that's what happened.
I think it is the dress now because the feather isn't like the feather on the ears, and for some reason I pictured it as being like the feather on the ears, and feathers can actually have like a really sharp point at the end, but that dress kind of looks like it could be like netting, and netting usually is quite flammable, so maybe it is that. But I'd rather them just actually tell us, because we're all going to be worried that they won't properly change the issue by the time it comes back out again, and we might have like minis setting on fire.
Yeah. Definitely. But I mean, the one thing with they actually, put it out for everybody to be able to purchase it, you guys will get some kind of like, I guess, email or priority over for anyone else that's on the website. That you guys will be able to get like your, like, I guess, first dibs on these items since you're technically already purchased them.
And what I really like as well is the email actually says that we're getting free delivery, because not everybody just bought the plush. Like, for example, my mum bought the plush and the mug. So I think it's really nice that they're offering free delivery, because it would be a bit cheeky to make you pay delivery when you were already paying delivery, sort of thing. So I think that's nice. But I'm going to kind of rely on Joe. I'm sorry, but my mum doesn't check her emails when she's at work. So I kind of need you to tell me when we get the email so that I can tell my mum to get the plush. Because the thing is, it could be any time. I don't think they're actually going to give us a warning. I don't think they're going to say, like, next week you're going to get an email at 8 a.m. But I think it's going to be a bit like Merch Pass. Like, you'll get an email and then you'll open it up and it'll be in your basket or something. But I hope this doesn't push Disney to give us Merch Pass, because that just won't work.
Yeah,
I don't want Merch Pass.
The thing is that they clearly know everyone who's purchased it to be able to do the refund, and to then keep your email address to send you the link. So just why didn't they just send everyone the order and say we'll take the money at a later time if they were that holding on to the money?
I don't understand. Like, even if the email had like 2 separate links and it said, if you want your refund now, click here. If you would like to treat it as a pre-order, click here. I think most people would have chose pre-order, because when you're collecting something that's monthly, you sort of set aside that money every month. Like, I know, because I only buy the pins, I know that I need like $17.95, I think it is, to get the pins every month. So if someone says, do you want to go for a coffee on the 17th? I'm like, I'll go on the 19th when I know that I've bought my pins, sort of thing. I wasn't very happy with my pins. Mine have come really, really bent.
They have. So these
so it's like completely bent, and it's a little bit bent there. So
yeah, these are actually probably the best surprisingly.
Yeah.
But these are the ones that we're now giving to Mel because of merch class issues. So.
Oh, you
Oh, thank you so much. And sorry, I am having a bit of trouble hearing you. So if I look lost a couple of times, or if I maybe repeat something that you might have said, is because I'm having a little bit of trouble. I think I have like a bit of a delay, maybe my connection. Also, if I look a little pixelated, just a little disclaimer. But yeah,
just knocked
Joe, oh
the
my
Funko
gosh,
Pop over
thank
with
you.
my
Like
bottom.
I posted a huh?
I just knocked
What
the
about
Funko
what?
Pop over with my bottom.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sat on a beanbag chair, and the beanbag fell back, and it's knocked all the Funkos.
Oh, it's okay. But Joe, I was so happy. I'm still, so happy because I literally posted a picture of the pins on my Instagram with like an in search of and like an emoji that's like crying. And then next thing I know, I have a message from Joe. She's like, I got you. And I'm like,
Oh,
thank you. So, I think that Disney means well with Merch Pass, but it's not quite going the way that maybe Disney intended it to be, or I don't think it's going that great for collectors.
no. I think they need something like they can see your order history. They know that you ordered, when did it stop? You ordered January to May. Like, why would they not send you an email knowing full well that you are collecting this collection? I just don't understand the logic behind all of this, I suppose.
Yeah.
Andy may know better, but it's probably like the algorithm can't take into account past orders. It's probably not clever enough, maybe.
It's very difficult to do that sort of. Everyone thinks it's very easy to look at the data and say, oh, we've got a collector of this, this, and this here. But from a data side, it's very difficult to identify that type of thing.
It is,
unless they're specifically looking for it, which unfortunately I don't think Disney is.
But they should have just sort of said, right, we know that this isn't working, so from next year's yearly collectible, like monthly collectible, we'll introduce Merch Pass. Introducing it halfway through is so like.
Well, it's because of the situation. These releases were supposed to be in the store when and Disney are trying their best to make it fair for everyone. Probably not the best way, but at least they're trying.
Yeah, I suppose there is more people trying the store than what they'd have gone to an actual physical store than just.
I mean, they had the problem with the early months that people were getting the system and getting a lot of extra items that generally normal people won't be able to get. Like, there's people who are getting like 4 or 5 sets of pins by using some means on the website, and thankfully they've stopped that now. But it's just seems incredibly unfair, the system that they've come up with in replacement.
Yeah, and I mean, 20,000 pins now, that's an awful lot of pins. I mean, it's not a lot if you think of the percentage of your population that 20,000 would be, but you had a good chance because not everybody in America wants those pins. I just don't understand why, 5 of you didn't get an email.
I know, it's crazy that like next month, I definitely want next month I want the pins, I want the ears, what else do I want? I don't know, maybe the bag or I don't know, the mug. I mean, it's September, it's my birthday month. I gotta get some like stuff. So I'm gonna try to recruit as many people because I need at least the pins and I want the ears. So we'll see what happens. I already told my boss yesterday, Friday, I was like, you know what? I am gonna enlist you too. I need you to put in for Merch Pass. She's like, what is that? And I'm like, I will show you the way. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I know that Disney means well, like Andy said too, but it's just not quite going that great for genuine collectors. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, the next Merch Pass for us is going to be September 15. Is that also going to be the day for your release, or is it still going to be the 18th of the month for you guys?
Still the 18th for us. So Is the 18th a Thursday? A Friday? Might be a Friday. I don't know
I
why
think
I
for
don't
us,
just
the
look.
15th is a Tuesday.
The 18th is a Friday in September, because I remember when I got my job, because it's Monday to Friday, I knew that I could only go to the store to get the Saturday and Sunday releases, and I think there's only a few. I think October's a Sunday, so it's not going to be in store by then. But in a non-Rona world, I would have been able to go to the store for the Haunted Mansion one. But that's what I'm really excited about. That this month we're going to be able to see the Haunted Mansion, which I'm very excited for. We have got a question for you, Park Pioneer.
We are in between Manchester and Liverpool. In the UK. But yeah, we're slap bang in the middle of Liverpool and Manchester. We literally turn one way for Liverpool, one way for Manchester, and it's like 20 minutes in the car.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, when I went to Chester Zoo, you said you were going to wave at me, weren't you?
We do. We need to have a little trip to Chester Zoo.
Yeah.
When we're allowed out of the house again.
Make sure you get a Dole Whip. They're not as good as Disney Dole Whips, but they're good. Joe thinks they're more acidic. I can't tell the difference, but Joe's like an expert on Dole Whips.
We had a mango whip in Disneyland Paris last weekend,
and
it was the most sickly thing ever. It was just...
It was ice cream with mango juice, essentially, but like a pool at the bottom. So you're eating it quite nice in the mango sauce, and then you got to the bottom and it was like, nope, I'm going to have to put this down, I can't. It's too sweet.
Yeah. I think the vanilla ice cream in it was too vanilla as well.
So did you have any better luck, Mel, with the pins that released on the 20th?
So this week has been a little funny with releases. So I wasn't able to get them, but Dirk was able to get them for me. So at 10 a.m. Eastern time, that's when the limited edition pins are getting released here in the US, typically on a Thursday, which actually we're going to have some more pins this coming Thursday, the 27th, which I'm going to be showing in just a second. But for this past Thursday, the new I Collect pin came out featuring Winnie the Pooh, and also the new Enchanted Emblem pin came out. 10 a.m. I'm on my phone, trying to get my pins. And next thing I know, Disney's like, uh-oh, we think somebody is hacking into your account. We're going to lock you out. So, but it was because I had my Google Chrome trying to do it on my iPhone, and it wasn't quite working. So then I went on Safari because I wasn't really using the app. So I don't know if Disney noticed there were two different browsers trying to open my account, which I appreciate, the security and safety concern. I really appreciate that. So halfway through me checking out, Disney's like, no. So, and I couldn't figure out what's going on. So I called Dirk and I'm like, oh my gosh, Dirk, like I am busy at work. I need you to do this for me. I can't check out. So he ended up getting the pins for me and eventually had to reset my password and all that stuff. But it worked out. I was able to order, or he was able to order the I Collect for me and then the Enchanted Emblem for himself because he's the one that's collecting those. So yeah, but we are going to have some pretty neat pins coming out this Thursday. So let me see if I can show you the pins real quick. Let me make sure that I'm showing the right tab. No, wrong tab. Let me.
I just get like a white screen come up. It doesn't show me what it is.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll let you know that this one's not it yet. And let me see if I can show
I just want to know if these pins are going to bankrupt Joe this week.
I don't think so. Let's see. I think this should be good to go. We have a lot of Pluto pins. They're a little tiny there. But we're going to have an Aladdin pin that appears to be a hinge pin. It kind of looks like the storybook like pins that were coming out. I forget what they were called right now, but there's Aladdin and a lot of Pluto pins. There's also going to be a Peter Pan pin on the 27th at the very bottom. It's like Hook and Peter Pan. And then there's also going to be a Vanellope pin from Wreck-It Ralph, but a lot of Pluto. I don't know if it's Pluto, if Pluto's like anniversary or birthday is coming up soon, but a lot of Pluto
Maybe.
pins. And while I am not a Pluto collector, I in that like red square in the middle, there is like it's like a Christmassy Pluto pin. And I was telling Dirk, I was like, you know what? I don't collect Pluto, but seeing a Christmas pin already has me pretty excited, even though it's not even Halloween yet. So I was like, I don't know, I may want to try to get that Christmassy Pluto pin. But yeah, a lot of Pluto coming out on Thursday. Luckily, this is nothing that I collect. Maybe I'll get the Christmas pin if I see it later on, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
So we have a side collection of Pluto
Yes.
and a side collection of
gosh.
Wreck-It. So it's an expensive week for me.
I was as soon as you said Pluto, I was just like, okay. Joe is going to be spending a lot of money on Thursday because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some sort of set that has like 6 pins right there too. And Vanellope, that's, so you're basically getting pretty much everything but Aladdin and Hook.
Well, I collect Aladdin as well, so.
I thought you collected Aladdin.
Never mind. All right, Joe's a really expensive week for you.
Oh, it's going to cost me a fortune.
But I mean, they are really pretty pins. I'll give you that. They're all like really cool. I really like. I know it's kind of tiny here. I was trying to find a bigger picture, but my connection's a little slow, and this was the quickest I was able to get open. So that hinge pin, the Aladdin hinge pin, I like how it looks like it's going to be a really nice pin. But wow, Joe, I don't know if I should be really excited for you to get all these pins, or if I should be a little nervous for you, or. I don't know, but I mean, there's a lot of pins.
The best luck when it comes to LE releases on Shop Disney US.
No, you don't.
So the Ursula emblem I completely missed, and I've ended up. I've got a Peter Pan main attraction pin set that I'm trading to Cameron from Day Tripping Disney. I'm trading that to her for the Ursula emblem one because I just completely missed it.
Oh, what was I gonna say? So it's 3 p.m. for you, right? Because if it's 10 a.m. for me, you guys are also 5 hours ahead of me, like Lizzie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 p.m. for you. Have you tried? Oh, go ahead.
So I do usually try, but I don't know what it is about the LE pins on Shop Disney. I just don't have any luck with the American one.
Never.
I could be
Have
on
you used the Disney Pins blog links before?
That's what I was going to ask you.
I've tried them, but then I just, by the time I've got around to like actually clicking them, the pins well and truly sold out. So I'm like, oh well. Which maybe that's like the universe trying to tell me that my bank balance doesn't need that many Pluto pins or whatever. Maybe.
Well, hopefully you have good luck this week. Maybe not many people collect Pluto, but you would assume that they've done like focus groups or something to work out what pins to make. They wouldn't just release a pin having no idea whether it's going to be popular or not.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, no, we want them to.
Like I would
about it. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll definitely try Disney Pixbook like 10 minutes before, see if you can get those things open.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll end up just paying 3 times as much somewhere for them.
No. Well, hopefully it'll work out for you.
Fingers crossed. I can't do multiple fingers because I'm holding the drink.
And we've also got some Alien Remix releases this week as well. Mel, I don't understand how this works in the US. It's every Monday for us. Is it every Saturday for you guys?
It's hold on, wrong screen. Yes, it is every Saturday for us. I don't know why my windows are all looking crazy. Okay, perfect. This should work.
I've got that up.
So it's every Saturday for us. Yep, and this is like the second wave of pins. So we had the Ratatouille, we had the Bo Peep, we have Russell and Woody. I think that the pins are really cute. I mean, they're $10 each, which is not horrible considering it's a limited release. But there are just so many to collect, and I don't collect any of these characters, but I do think they are really cute. Are you guys collecting any of these, whether it's like the pins or the plushes or anything?
So we aren't, because I really wanted to collect the pins, but then the thought of trying to log into Shop Disney whilst we were at Disneyland Paris on the park Wi-Fi, I decided it was just not worth it. But I do have a Ratatouille collection, and look at that little Remy pin.
I didn't know you had a Ratatouille collection.
Oh, that Remy pin's so cute.
I have so many side collections, it's ridiculous.
I do really like those. I mean, I haven't bothered with the pins because I don't like how they've been split, because they're separate for you, Mel, but these are sold as a set of 4 for us. So I don't like
really?
that I'd have, yeah, they're £28. So I don't like that I'd have to buy like 3 or 4 different sets to get like all of the up pins and all of the Monsters Inc. pins. So I've just been getting the plush. So I have got last week's plush already to show you guys. I'm not going to get this week's because it's Wally, and the pins are Flick from A Bug's Life, Syndrome from The Incredibles, Jessie from Toy Story 2, and obviously Wally from Wally. But I did get the Russell Remix plush, so here he is. He was £10. It is Carl the week after on the 31st, so I'm going to be getting Carl, and then it's Boo on the 7th and Sully on the 14th. So I may need a few people to order one just in case I don't get him, but I do have something remix for Christmas. My mum has ordered me the 10-inch Sully remix pop, so that's going to be my first 10-inch pop ever. I'm really, really excited for Christmas now.
That's so exciting.
I know. But I'm hoping I managed to get all the plushes I wanted. Like, you guys know me, I usually get every single plush, but I just thought there were too many plushes in this collection, so I've had to be very, very restrictive of what I get. So I've just purely gone after Up and Monsters Inc. But the Lotso was so adorable as well, with his little fluffy fur on him. Oh, I just love this collection. It's such a good idea. Like, if they could do it with other films as well, like Remy dressed as all different characters, that would be really cool. Like, they've opened themselves up for a lot of merchandise because this is just such a good idea. But maybe it works better with the alien because, you know, it's the alien, I guess, and he's more popular anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. Oh, go ahead.
One of the pin groups that I'm in the UK, one of the guys got the Merida alien, and it does not look like Merida at all. It's just the craziest, like, red sort of. It doesn't even look like it's supposed to be her. It's just
really
ever. Yeah, they compared it to Mick Hucknall from Simply Red. So
I think this one's been done really well. Like, the thing is about Russell, you could stick the Wilderness Explorer outfit on anybody. Like, he hasn't got Russell's hair or anything, but I just think he really, really works. I just love that he's got like his little sash and everything. And they stand up, which means that I don't have to buy any more doll stands because he will literally just stand up independently, which is really good. So once I've got all 4, I won't really struggle to display them because I am struggling to display things at the moment.
What I was gonna say, interesting that you guys get it as a 4-pack. You actually do get a better deal. You said it's £28 for the 4 pins, right?
Yeah. So
I just did the conversion. I was trying to look it up.
$40 for
like,
you?
So it looks like with the conversion is like 36.65, 28 pounds into US dollars right now. It's like about 36.65. So if we were to buy them individually right now, they're $10 a piece plus tax. So it would be a little more expensive for us to get all 4 pins rather than, for you get the 4-pack. So you do get a bit of a better deal when you get the 4-pack. I think if you're looking to complete the set, it's a way better deal to do it that way. But like you said, if you only want one pin, then you're stuck with a bunch of traders. I mean, not necessarily stuck because people collect different things. So you can just really use them as traders, the other ones. But I think if you're looking to collect the whole set, it's a really good idea to have them as a 4-pack because in the end, it'll be cheaper than if you were to buy them individually. At least here in the US, would be a little more expensive buying them separately.
It's just so confusing because they come the exact same way. So they're all on individual backing cards. So you can literally, like, I'm tempted to buy the set with Sully. I'm not sure which week it releases. Not sure whether it releases Boo's week or Sully's week, because I've only really focused on the plushes. But I would have 3 more traders because I do struggle to have pins to trade in the park. So I don't mind. It's just while I've got those traders and I'm not trading for anything, I have spent £28 just to get 1 pin, which I can't really justify. But I don't know who's in Sully's set, so I may already know somebody who wants one of the pins, which might be a bit easier because I have seen that people buy the 4-pack and then sell the others that they don't want as well, rather than trading them, which is another option.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I mean, you can technically just sell them for $10, $10 US dollars, or maybe even a little more because you would still get your money back. Or even make a little bit more money if you were to sell them individually, if you wanted to sell them instead of trading them. But I see what you mean, where like if you just wanted 1 pin, now it's costing you like 4 times the price because you're getting 4. But
yeah, what I might do, it depends on. I always say it depends on my financial situation the night before. Like I'll check my bank and I'm like, oh, can I buy these pins? Yeah, I'll buy these pins. Because it's only really the Minnie Mouse pins that I'm actually actively collecting, like making sure that I've got the money, making sure I'm on the site. I keep saying I won't mind if I don't get the pins, but I think I'd be genuinely gutted. But if if someone sat me in the room and said, you can either get the pins or the plush, it would be the plush. But obviously this month that choice was taken away from me. I did have a question.
Well, I mean, I'll let you
Joe
know
and Andy, actually. Oh, sorry, Mel.
Oh no, you're good. I'm sorry. This like connection is like really like not in sync with you guys. I'm like, I don't want to like keep interrupting people.
I struggled with
but I
that
was
last
gonna
week,
say,
didn't I?
yeah, now it's my turn. But if you see anything from Shop Disney that you need, and same goes to you guys, I'm Joe and Andy. If you see anything from Shop Disney that you need, just let me know because I'm constantly ordering stuff from Shop Disney anyway. Even if it's not main attraction stuff, I'm always getting something from there. So yeah, I mean, yeah, let me know.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, I did ask you to get me the new Wishables. There is, I don't know whether it's confirmed or whether it's a rumor, but on September the 2nd, which is the first Wednesday of the month, they are bringing out Coco Wishables. I don't quite know why, because usually it goes for an attraction and there isn't a Coco attraction. There is a Coco like land in Disney's California Adventure, but I wouldn't say that's a strong enough argument to have Coco Wishables, but I absolutely love Coco. It's one of my favourite Pixar films, so if you can get me some now, then fingers crossed. I am having quite good luck with Wishables at the moment. I did have a few doubles, but they all got traded yesterday, so I've got some new Wishables coming my way from New York and Florida. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks they'll arrive.
Exciting.
I'm just hoping that the
yeah, you know what?
Wishables that
I
Joe and
think
Andy
they're.
got me. Sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
was
Finish
just
that
gonna
thought. I'm
say
sorry,
that
my connection is just betraying me today.
Joe and Andy got me a Wishable that is the same Wishable as you got me, but no one knows what Wishable you got me until next week. So I'm hoping that the wishable I've traded for isn't going to be the wishable that's in the bag that Joe and Andy got me, or else I've got another trader again. But you just have to take the risk, don't you? Like,
yeah, they are currently at our address in Delaware. I didn't even know where Delaware was until I randomly have an address for it.
I don't know either. Is it Illinois? No.
What was Delaware?
So I've got a company that I use who they give you an address in America, so then I can get everything shipped to them, and then they ship it over to us. So instead of paying Shop Disney's ridiculous shipping prices, I can have everything free shipping to them, and then use them to just get it. So it's like, I think I paid $30 for our last box, whereas Shop Disney want like $70 shipping at a time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the last
That's pretty
time I
well.
ordered from Shop Disney, it was like $40, I think, for a Spirit jersey. And then I had to pay about $25 on top. It was...
And then you got the added extra that I'm a Magiband collector of a sort as well, and I can't even get them shipped internationally, so I need to use this address.
Yeah, although speaking of Shop Disney, they're still in my bad books because my roof pins are still magically in the mist somewhere. I'm amused.
Your what? Your D23 pins?
Yep. So they have been.
You're talking about your D23 pins?
So they've been en route now for like 6 weeks or something. Shop Disney have not answered any of my emails, and every time I call, it's either, I think the lowest wait time I've had was 138 minutes to speak to somebody, or it just goes to call back another time because we're too busy. So I've now ended up buying those pins on eBay because I was like, I really want this set.
And you don't want to be without.
No, so now bought them on eBay, and I'm now like, I basically am at the point where I'm going to have to speak to the credit card company to get them to reverse the transaction because I can't speak to anyone at Shop Disney because they're just ignoring me.
Fingers crossed you managed to do that though.
That's insane. Oh my gosh. I'll be pretty upset. Oh my. What I was going to say, when I heard you talking about the shipping, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on today. You know, like shipping, I need to try to figure out if there's a better way for me to ship. Like I've shipped to Lizzie twice, and shipping, I don't know if it's comparable to Shop Disney shipping, but it's been really like crazy. So I don't know. I mean, it comes with tracking, which I like because I want to know where the box is. So I don't know if there's other options, but like it's a little crazy. Like I sent Lizzie a box, which actually our video comes out on Monday. We exchanged some snacks. So everybody make sure you check it out on Saturday. It's going to be 7:30 Eastern time, 12:30 UK time, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the box, I mean, it was, what do you think? It was fairly big. It was not huge, but it was like medium. What do you think, Lizzie?
Yeah, it's medium.
And it was like, I think it was like $70 to ship or something like that. It was crazy, but it's all worth it. So I don't know if I need to ask for a certain type of shipping. I mean, it got there quick. Got there in like 2 weeks or a week and a half. It was fairly quick, but it can get a little crazy.
I think we've got it quite. It's a lot different in the UK with the shipping because it does it a lot by weight. So as long as the parcel isn't too big, it all goes off the weight, and it can be pretty cheap for sending from the UK. But I've seen the USPS prices for sending over to the UK. You seem to have fixed box sizes that you can only use, and it's just expensive from the start, even for the smallest box.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because I've sent 3 items out of the country in the last 30 days. So last time I went to the post office, the mailman, the clerk there was like, here, and he gave me a stack of like customs orders because per there the custom form, and I didn't have any. So every time I go, I was like, I need one of those. So last time he's like, here, and I'm like, thank you. I guess I can come prepared next time. I guess I annoyed you a little bit.
Yeah,
So now I have
I
a
got
stack
asked
of
whether I had
customs
one.
prepared.
I got asked
Hmm?
yesterday whether I had one. I was like, why would I have one? Like, I get them from you. But I have learned for future reference that the post office in our country, if it's under 2 kilograms, it will go through the post office. And if it's over 2 kilograms, it will go via a courier. And that pretty much doubles the price. So
Oh wow.
I've got most of the bits for your birthday present now, but I'm just trying to find a box and I'm gonna like weigh it and see like making sure it's not too big and things like that. Because I do like having it tracked, but the problem is when you go through a courier, it like triples or whatever the price. It's best if you just go prepared. If you know what your allowance is, then you can just try and fit everything in. And the post has been quite quick recently. Like when we exchanged our boxes, it took like what 5 or 6 days to arrive. Like I'm
It's pretty
actually
quick.
really amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whereas I had a box come from Vegas that took an entire month, and it had been opened by the courier company because they said the box was damaged, even though nothing inside was damaged. And you know, I don't believe it for a second, but it took a whole month. So I think if someone in the UK is posting to the East Coast, it's a lot easier because you're on the East Coast, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did they open the box that I sent you? Was that one also open or no?
No, that one was fine.
Good, because I wrapped the bejesus out of that box with tape.
You did.
Like, it had a lot of tape. That's like one thing I do every time I mail something. I just wrap it with like tape, like so much. To me, in my head, it makes me feel better. Like it's really wrapped. Like if somebody's gonna get in there, they need to cut into it because there's no like ripping the tape off. There's like 5 layers of tape in there. So
I am exactly the same, and it annoys you so much, doesn't it? You're like, why is there no tape ever? Like, I had a parcel; it needed all that tape.
My mum does it as well.
The more tape you wrap it in, the more it discourages customs from actually looking at it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But they
Not like
know.
we are trying to discourage customers from doing their job, but it makes me feel better.
I remember once, because my mum uses like brown parcel tape and she just like covers the box. And we sent something to the YouTuber Mr. Cheesy Pop, and he got it in front of him, and it wasn't the first parcel we'd sent him. And he was like, you know what? This is Diane. I know how Diane wraps a parcel. And I was just, I was creasing on his live stream. So I was like, yeah, like you know when a parcel's come from me because of how my mum's wrapped it. And something I really like about customs declarations now is that like I know it's from you, Mel, or I know it's from Jodie and Laura because you have to write who the sender is. So it makes it a lot easier to like not open it, because some of my pop-in boxes, because they don't say that they are the subscription box or, you know, such and such an order, I keep opening them and then realising that they were for a video where I was meant to film my reaction. I'm like,
Dear.
Now when you get the box from me, or let's say from anywhere in the US, because we have to fill out the customs form and kind of write what's in there, is that paper still stuck to the box so you can see what I wrote?
Yeah.
About what's in there?
Yeah, I've still got yours for some reason. I've threw the box out because I was done with it, but I've still got the customs declaration on the side in the kitchen. I don't know why.
Yeah, like I kept it really generic because I didn't want to be like, yeah, there's this and that. So technically, from what I wrote, Lizzie really had no idea what's in there except for the mask, right?
Yeah, basically. I had this issue. My pop in a box that's going up like this week coming. one of the pops came from America, and it had a customs declaration on it, and it told me word for word what pop vinyl I had. I was like, I'm supposed to be reacting to this, and I know what it is because it says on the side. And I was really annoyed, but yeah, I try and be quite vague. Like, if it's a plush, I will just say it's a plush. If it's snacks, I'll just say it's snacks. I won't say what snacks. I mean, I know you have to put quantities and stuff, but they don't want you to tell you how many dairy milks you've put in there. They just want to know whether there's batteries or anything flammable in there or anything.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous sending you snacks, thinking that because it's food, maybe they were going to open the box or take stuff out. So I wrote gift. So that's what we had in the box, gifts. So,
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, gifts. All right. I mean, I didn't lie.
I think their only issue usually is liquids. I'm not an expert on customs. I think it's liquids and like meats and cheeses, things like that.
So when we sent to Jodie and Laura, we just put everything we just put enamel pins and just ignored the fact that there was like whiskey and dairy milk and
to be
Nando's stuff.
To be fair, I think the only curve fits in sort of containers that you filled. So if it's like a gift box like we sent of whiskies, which were all pre-sealed, they don't really about that.
So just if I decided to suddenly make moonshine, they might have a problem. Yes.
I think Jodie and Laura want more Boost bars. I might have to send them some. Mel, did I send you a Boost bar? I can't remember.
You did. You did. You know what? I still have some other snacks. And the other day I was leaving work and I was kind of hungry at like 5:30 in the afternoon because I had an early lunch and I had Boost with me. And I'm like, I ate my Boost. I got in the car, I ate my Boost, and then I drove home. And it's really good. I liked it. I like my chocolate bars. So I was like, So I love that it says it's like what, like an energized cookie, and it says something energized on the wrapper. I thought it was so cool.
It's kind of like I want it to be an energy bar. It's like they want it to be an energy bar, but there's nothing in it to make it an energy bar. I think it's just they know that there's so much sugar that if you need like waking up, you can have one of those. But I think Laura especially is obsessed with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They're good. They're really good. You did send me something. I'm not going to spoil it because it's on the video, but I was a little afraid of trying it. So I didn't try it. So instead, I had Dirk's brother try it. And I don't think he was sold on it. So we'll see that it'll be on the video. Just because it's a quick hint, I'm not super into seafood. So I think you might know what I'm talking about, Lizzie, from what you sent me.
Was it some chips?
Yeah, the kind of like chips, yeah.
Yellow.
Like, huh?
Is it a yellow packet?
I forget.
You know what? I can't remember what I sent now.
I forget the color, but it was like prawn flavored.
Yes, it is yellow. I remember now. It is yellow.
I was like
food thing I could think that you just said.
I'm like,
Joe and Andy, we've got another question for you guys. I'm just gonna flash it up.
Oh.
No. Yes and no. They were good that they had hand sanitizer everywhere. And they'd put stuff on the floor of like, do not stand in these sections so that you're a meter apart. But French guys in particular did not take any notice. And the number of times I was turning around to people going, to get them to like not stand in the bit that clearly says in French and English, do not stand here.
Yeah.
So
but
I mean, it's the same people that don't adhere to the no smoking in Disneyland Paris as well, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Disneyland Paris has done a fantastic job with how they arranged it and how they've extended the queues out for social distancing, and also put walls and sort of plexiglass in the queues. It's exactly like what they've done in Walt Disney World. And the staff are very attentive, but they can't police everywhere.
Yeah.
They haven't got enough staff members to do it. So while we're a bit angry with how some people reacted, we know it's not really Disneyland Paris's fault.
Yeah, it was the worst day of it was the Saturday.
Yeah.
But the Saturday that we were there was a national holiday in France as well. So it's kind of would have been your people who don't necessarily go to the park all the time would have probably been more likely to go that day anyway. Yeah. So like the Sunday and the Monday were a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the Saturday I was like giving stern looks to a lot of people.
Yeah, lots of stern looks everywhere.
If I knew the French were, oi, get out of it.
It doesn't matter what language you speak, everyone understands a stern look.
Well, that's it. We learned from Star Tours, isn't it, and C-3PO what the French is for oos, oos. He was like, oos, oos, oos.
That's what C3PO says on Star Tours, so we were like...
when he's shooing away the pilot droid, he goes, oos, oos. So, there you go.
I didn't do French in school. I have no understanding of French.
So, Mel, have we got anything else releasing this week? I can only think of the remix for us and your pins, obviously.
So we actually had a Funko Pop released last week. It's a Haunted Mansion Funko Pop. Did you guys see this?
Yes. Is it the one where he's got the organ?
Yeah.
How have I not seen this?
All right, let's see.
That
one.
Was it?
I think that is so cool. I didn't even know he had a name. Is that bad?
No, nor did I.
Okay, good. I don't feel that bad then. I think it's so cool.
I hope that comes to the UK, although they haven't yet.
Yeah, I know it released at the parks first. I want to say maybe it was like a pass holder early release or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. So I messaged Laura, and I'm like, Laura, I need this Funko Pop. And next thing I know, actually, Mac Dorks told me that it was going to be released on the website. So being the crazy person that I am, I set up my alarm to wake up at 3 a.m. because the Funko Pops, unlike the pins, they release at midnight California time. So midnight California time is 3 a.m. for me here in New Jersey. So I set up my alarm for 3 a.m. and then I got this pop. It's a little on the pricier side, it's $40 US, but it is so cool. And it looks like this one is actually going to have a parks exclusive sticker of some sort on the box, because the Jungle Cruise Funko Pop did not have a sticker. It looks like this one is going to have it. And I think this is so cool. And I do like the Haunted Mansion Funko Pops. I got the Jungle Cruise because I thought it was cool, but this one I like way better. And at 3 a.m. I got the pop. Sometimes they restock, so it's just a matter of like checking Shop Disney. I don't know if it's going to make its way to the then the next day at like whenever we woke up, there's like, why did the alarm go off at 3 a.m? What did you buy? And I was like, the Haunted Mansion Funko Pop, and he's like, okay. But I think this is so cool. I really like it, and I love the detail on the actual ghost on Victor, I guess. It looks very different, like very ghostly. What do you guys think?
I would buy it if I could, but the parks exclusive ones never come to the UK, which is so sad, because Haunted Mansion after Small World is probably my favourite. Mainly because I am still stuck in like my 2007 emo phase, so the Haunted Mansion really speaks to me, I guess. So if I ever
Oh.
see it, I'm gonna get it definitely.
Yeah, I wonder if they would like do a Phantom Manor version for like
Yeah.
European.
They really should, because that would be really popular.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, the ghost is even the same name.
It'd be Monsieur Geist.
Because like we don't have the thingy, do we? We don't have like the hitchhiking ghost
No, we
in
don't. No.
Phantom.
No.
No? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a completely different story. So it's all set around Ravenswood Manor. So it's Melanie Ravenswood was due to get married, and then all of the people who she was due to marry all die in like
Mysterious circumstances.
yeah, and it turns out it's like it's actually her dad, Henry Ravenswood, is the Phantom who's trying to like stop all these people marrying his daughter. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Because
That's
it's
pretty interesting.
in Martha Ravenswood, and they're the ones who had the mining company, and that's how. And all the miners died in
And
Big Thunder Mountain, and the two tie in together.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I do like that, the two tie in together. Now, you know what I watched the other day? We were watching some, YouTube as usual. And then we were watching a video on Mystic Manor. Now, is that in Hong Kong, Mystic Manor?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it Shanghai?
No, it's Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Yes.
And it's
It's Hong
so like it's just like I was expecting it to be something similar to Haunted Mansion, but it was very different.
Is Hong Kong the one where it's because they are very superstitious, so they couldn't have Haunted Mansion, or is that the reason that Tokyo's Haunted Mansion is in Fantasyland? I can't remember which culture it is.
So Shanghai's Mystic Manor is all built around a collector of obscure items.
Yeah.
So it's all the obscure items. You're basically going around his private collection, and it's like Ratatouille in that it's a trackless ride.
Yeah.
Rather than it being a dune buggy going.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I vaguely remember that they wouldn't have a Haunted Mansion due to superstition.
Yeah, because you can only be haunted. You can't be haunted by like an evil spirit. You only have good spirits, I think it is.
I'm sure that was on the Imagineers.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
I vaguely remember something like that.
We need to watch that series again.
Yeah, because it's very confusing when you walk around Tokyo and, like, you're going past Peter Pan's flight and stuff, and then you look straight ahead and you're looking at the Haunted Mansion and you're like, you shouldn't be here. But I'm pretty sure it's like their culture, like, it couldn't be anywhere else because it needed to be, like, fantasy rather than, like, actual real ghosts.
Yeah, I can believe that because, like, Japanese is very, like, honor, and there's like a shrine and stuff, isn't it? Like when you're just walking around bits of Japan, it's like have like huge skyscrapers and then little bitty shrine next to it.
Yeah.
Ooh, which Haunted Mansion would you say is better then, Paris or Florida?
Oh, I don't think they can be compared.
No, they're two different rides.
They're both, yeah, like they're very beautiful in their own way. Like I think I'd struggle to compare Disneyland with Walt Disney World because they are the same ride. The only thing I'd say about like those two is that the actual stretching room is needed in Disneyland, whereas it's not needed in Walt Disney World, because in Disneyland you go down in the stretching room to actually go underneath the berm, don't you? And then you're outside of the park for the rest of the Haunted Mansion ride there. But Florida didn't necessarily need it, but because the stretching room was so iconic, they had to keep it. So I don't actually know where you go when you go down in Florida, but it's been so long since I went on it. Like, I know that Florida has the worst Pirates of the Caribbean of them all. Like, I will fight to the death on that. They definitely have the worst pirates. I think Paris.
So Florida has the worst park?
Actually. It has the worst Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just
You
so
said pirates?
dull.
Oh,
Yeah. I grew up with Paris's, you see, because
yeah. I
there's
mean, I
3 drops.
There's
Two.
two drop. Well, you go once you go
Paris?
up the first ramp, you sort of have like a mini drop.
Yeah,
and then
the mini drop, and then there's 2 big ones.
then
Yeah, I've only been to Disney World and Disneyland, California.
I think the original Pirates is definitely better between the 2 American parks because it's widely known that Walt Disney World's Pirates was rushed, and you can kind of tell like there's just been no care taken over it or anything. So I will still go on it because I still love Pirates, but it's not the best Pirates. It's the lamest Pirates.
So, spoiler alert for our vlog. But we did in Paris. When you're on the train, you can see into Pirates of the Caribbean on the train in Paris, and we didn't know that, and we were like, right, we need to go on Paris now to go back and look at where you can see the train. Like literally the only people on Pirates of the Caribbean like looking like that, going
looking behind us.
It's cool. Yeah, the only comparison I can make is Disneyland California and Disney World, and I agree. I think the Pirates in Disneyland is a lot better than the one in Disney World. I mean, I like both of them, but yeah. I mean, I think that's the only ride. Well, and It's a Small World. I like It's a Small World in California a little better than the one in Disney World. But other than that, I feel like I like Disney World a little better. I mean, I guess at this time, I mean, they're going to change Splash Mountain, so I guess there's not really a point in comparing them anymore. But just based on what we still currently have, like Splash Mountain in Disney World is a lot better than the one in Disneyland. I feel like the one in Disneyland is a little bare, but I don't know. But I agree with the Pirates statement. I think the one in California.
Yeah, it's a good point you made that It's a Small World as well, because like I think the people that don't like It's a Small World are far more used to Florida's because like it doesn't have an impressive entrance. It's shoved inside. So because I think the facade of It's a Small World in Paris and in Disneyland is very inviting, but because you have to actually physically go inside to see it in Florida, it's not inviting anyone in. So that I just think certain things in Florida they just put in because they felt they had to, but they didn't really honour those rides by, doing them justice.
Yeah, completely agree. Small World in Florida is so dark, and like we literally walked in and were like, "Oh, there's the clock." Like, why are you inside? No sense.
Yeah, and I bet it doesn't have. I can't remember, but I bet it doesn't have the the figures coming out of the clock every hour, does it? If it's inside, I don't see the point.
No.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
I will protect It's a Small World. I'll like fight to the death for It's a Small World. So I can remember.
Andy told me yesterday that apparently Figment is getting redone in Epcot and it's going to be an Inside Out.
No. Possibly because the original designer of that ride wanted to come back to do it. Is what I was reading anyway, but whether it's actually true or not.
I will chain myself to protect Figment.
My mum sent me a fun fact the other day. She sent me a scene from Magnum PI, which is one of my mum's favourite TV shows. And there's a scene where they're talking about having a figment of their imagination. And the side character, I don't know what his name is he like a butler or something? I don't know. He says something like, "Figments don't eat tropical plants." And that's what gave the Imagineers the idea to call Figment Figment. And I really love that because Mum loves Figment and she loves Magnum PI. So that was amazing.
Okay, so this is like a completely random. Would your mum accept Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones? Because he was originally supposed to be Indiana Jones, but then did Magnum PI instead. And my head cannot even picture him being Indiana Jones.
She probably would, because the thing is, like, my mum just loves Tom Selleck. Like, her favourite Friends episodes are when, does he play Richard? When, like, Richard's in it. So I think she would have just watched that anyway. She also really loves George Clooney, and I think back in the day, Mel Gibson as well. But I bought her a Magnum PI pop for her birthday, and she absolutely loves it.
Your mom's on the chat. Your mom's like, yes.
Yeah. She doesn't like Harrison Ford, I don't think. Pretty sure she doesn't. I do. I was saying the other day to my mum, I saw a TikTok where someone flashed up some pictures, and it was, and before it said, men that are attractive that are older than my dad. And they were 37-year-old men. It was like Tom Hiddleston and stuff. I was like, the only person I find attractive who's older than my dad is Harrison Ford. Because my dad's 60 now and Harrison Ford's in his 70s. There's not many in like the 60 and 70 categories. I'm like, But even then, it's like young Harrison Ford.
I think I'm 37 in January. I think I'm 37 in January.
You should know how old you are, but yeah, Mum doesn't like Harrison Ford. I was right. But I think that would have been a completely different film if Tom Selleck was Indiana Jones.
I can't like get my head around how it would work. Like, would he have the mustache? He
Surely have to.
I couldn't, like, Tom Selleck, I couldn't imagine him like there going like kiss my elbow and stuff. It doesn't work in my head.
We got a piece.
It is quite funny when you think of all the roles that people have turned down. Like, I think when they were doing Toy Story, the guy who voices Mike Wazowski, whose name has slipped my mind, was meant to be Woody, I think, or Buzz, and he turned it down. So when they were making Monsters Inc., he said yes that time because he saw how popular Toy Story was and he really missed the boat. But I don't think Toy Story would have worked if it wasn't Tim Allen and Tom Hanks. It won't work.
No.
You see your mom's comment?
Yeah, Mum doesn't like him without his mustache. I don't think it, like, even the clothes wouldn't suit him, I don't think, like the Indiana Jones clothes. I suppose it's because I always think of him in his like Hawaiian shirts. I suppose it just wouldn't work if he was Indiana Jones, but you'll never know, will you, unless they decide to do a remake and they ask him to do it. Can you imagine?
I can't imagine that, like, Tom Selleck would have made me go to uni and do archaeology.
Billy Crystal.
Oh.
Billy Crystal. I knew his name was Billy, but I couldn't remember his last name. I mean, I'm sorry, but I only care about Sully and John Goodman. So it's like whenever I watch a film with John Goodman in and he starts swearing, I'm like, no, Sully doesn't swear. What are you doing?
Have you watched Roseanne?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
It's silly to me. Like, there's certain people that I will always attribute with certain things. Like, I'm very sorry to David Tennant, but he will always be Doctor Who. I don't care what else he's in. He's always going to be Doctor Who. I know he's Scrooge McDuck now, but he is Doctor Who. I don't care. There's just certain people that can't do other roles without me always thinking it's them, and Sully's the worst one, I guess.
Yeah, you know, now that
made, no matter what he is in, I'm like, oh, he's just playing Cusco. He's just now live action.
Yeah.
You know, now that you said that about characters or actors that, like, in your head there'll always be a certain character. I mean, the trailer for the new Batman movie just came out yesterday. Did you guys see it?
No.
Oh God. I was like going, is he gonna bite someone? He's gonna bite someone.
You know, Robert Pattinson, Edward from Twilight as Batman. You know, I'm excited because I like the Twilight movies. It was a little different, but I was also very excited to see the trailer and actually see him with like his suit on. And you know, in the trailer, there's a part where they're asking him like, "Who are you?" And I was expecting to hear, "I'm Batman. But he didn't say that. He was like, I am vengeance. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm excited. It looks a little different, but I'm excited for this. I mean, I know
I think he'll do
that
it
he'll
well.
still be
I mean,
Edward. He'll probably be like this spark.
nobody hates Twilight more than Robert Pattinson. Like, if you see him in interviews, like, he hates Twilight, and I'm like, you were in it, you made it half cringy. I mean, it's mainly Kirsten Stewart that made it cringy, but I'm reading Midnight Sun at the moment, and it's really cringy to read Midnight Sun as well. I've just outgrown Twilight, I think. I'd watch the films, but reading the books, I'm just a bit like, so you wanted to drink her blood, but then you dated her? Like, what? How is that a consolation prize to date the person you want to kill?
Yeah, I've never read or watched any Twilight. It's completely, like, missed me by.
I would have recommended it, like, when I was a kid, but maybe not now. But I am dying to watch the films just so I can laugh at how bad they are.
I never read the books. I only watched the movies. So I started trying to read the books, but I'm not much of a reader. I feel like sometimes if the way the book is written, it has to be written because I'm not much of a reader. And sometimes I get lost in all these like words and descriptions that they just lose my interest. So I tried reading Twilight and I couldn't get into the book. So movies did it for me. However, I did watch the 50 Shades movies and read the books. I mean, this is a different story, but I mean, I was able to read the books because I feel like they were easier to read. Descriptions of places and like things. I don't know. Maybe I just have really bad taste in like books and movies, but
I didn't watch or read those, but they started off as Twilight fan fiction, didn't they? Which I just find so creepy. But now that I'm rereading Twilight, I can kind of get it because he's like really obsessive. Like, I want to eat you, but I'm gonna date you instead. Like, I'll just kill her, get it over with. Like, I'm not good with stuff like that. Like, now that I'm older, like the whole teen angst sort of, oh, my life's so unfair. I'm like, oh, just grow up.
See, I never did any of the read any of the 50 Shades or watched any of them. But where I used to work, somebody used to listen to the audiobook whilst they were like just working, and I was like, how can you listen to that as an audiobook whilst you're doing what? Like, that's not right. And they were like, it's just like any other book. I was like,
it's not.
It is. But you do you.
I mean, the audiobooks I go for, like, you know, Bob Iger's autobiography, things like that. I'm not like, I listen to things that I wouldn't be embarrassed to play out loud, basically.
Yeah.
So I think the next one I've got to read is Michelle Obama's. But yeah, I would not listen to 50 Shades in The Office. It's just weird.
And The Office?
What
did you say?
What? When I wouldn't listen to those sorts of audiobooks in The Office, but actually I was thinking, like, because I watched The Office after watching Evan Almighty, I can't really see Michael Scott as Michael Scott. I'm like, what's Evan doing here? What's he doing as a newsreader? I can't cope.
Oh, I love The Office. Actually, just started watching Parks and Recreation, and I love that show. I mean, it's crazy that there's so many episodes in a season. We were watching, I think we were reading season 3, and then season 2 had like 20 some episodes. I was like, oh my gosh, but it's so funny. And I really love The Office, and I like that it has like a similar format where it's like a mockumentary. I'm watching that now.
I love things like that because they like break the fourth wall, don't they? And I really enjoy that. Like, we have a few programs in this country that do it, like Miranda and Fleabag. I haven't quite gotten into Fleabag, because the whole hot priest thing makes me really uncomfortable. Considering my dad's a vicar, I just can't watch it. It creeps me out. So I won't watch Fleabag, but I just like how like someone will say something and then someone will just look at the camera. Like that just kills me. Like that's the best kind of comedy for me.
I am absolutely obsessed with Parks and Recreation. Like Ron Swanson, just where he's just like, what bacon? Yes. How much? No, just yes. Bring all the bacon.
Oh, we just saw that episode. We saw an episode where he was really obsessing over going into this like steakhouse in Indianapolis, and when he went, it was like closed. And then he went to like some kind of like, I don't know, diner or something. And he's like, bring me all the eggs and bacon you have. And then he's like, I know you heard it, but you're probably going to bring me a lot. No, I mean, bring me all the eggs and bacon you have. And I think that show is pretty awesome. I really like it. And Aziz Ansari is hilarious. Like, I love him in the show as Tom. And we actually saw Aziz like maybe 6 years ago at the Borgata Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. He was doing his stand-up comedy show, and it was pretty cool too. So I think Aziz is hilarious. So it's kind of like a bonus that he is in the show. And Amy Poehler is super funny too. I think the cast is amazing. And then Rashida Jones was in The Office too. So it kind of built a bridge in between both shows for me. So I'm really liking it.
Have you got to the episode of Treat Yourself Day yet?
Oh, Treat Yourself Day.
Don't know. Because I don't know them by
isn't
the
there?
name of the episode.
Yeah, so it's an episode where it's Tom and what's her name?
Can't
remember her name. But they have every October 13th, they have Treat Yourself Day. And they just basically go to the mall and they're just like, you want that? Treat yourself. You want that? Treat yourself.
No, I haven't seen this yet.
Every October.
That's like every day for you.
I know, it's really bad. But on October 13th, I'm particularly bad because we do go shopping and we're like, it's Treat Yourself Day.
2 days before my birthday.
Yeah, it's 2 days before your birthday. So it's like,
that's awesome.
Treat yourself.
I'm like,
I might have to come see you on Treat Yourself Day.
Treat yourself.
All right. Now, when I watch this episode, I'm definitely going to think of you guys. Treat yourself. I think the last episode we saw was the Pawnee like Fall Festival, where they had the little Sebastian, the horse, the mini horse. So yeah, where what the heck is his name? Where Ben's like, I don't get it, but he's like wearing the little Sebastian shirt, and he's like, so I think it's the last episode that we saw.
I love little Sebastian.
I need to start it again, and I need to start The Office again, because I worked in retail when I watched The Office, but now I do work in an office. I think I'll like appreciate it more.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to put someone's stapler in Jello before, but who knows? I might at some point.
Yeah. Or throw someone's cell phone like in the ceiling, like just kind of like push up the little panel and then just throw their cell phones up and then call, like that episode where
someone will do that to me one day.
Huh?
Someone will do that to me one day. I remember one of my old managers, he left in July, I think. He always borrowed my calculator. So like when we found out he was leaving, we was like, we've got to buy him his own calculator because he's not taking my calculator. And he always needed a pen and pencil as well. So I always gave him the most ridiculous pen or pencil. So he ended up with like one with a big Mickey head on the end. He's ended up with Peter Pan ones. Like I was always just like, yeah, this is my most ridiculous pen today. Use this one.
Well, since working at home, he is the worst for taking a pen and not giving it back. The absolute worst.
No.
You are? You still are? I'm forever having to go to your office and be like, oh look, here's all my pens. The worst.
I think working from home is good if you're working solitary alone, but like I've seen like people working at the same dining table as like their partner, and I'm like, I couldn't do that, because if someone's like tapping my keyboard too loud, I am going to tell them.
Yeah, we're a room apart, aren't we?
Yeah.
I have like all of the Disney and pin boards, and you have board games as your companion.
Yep.
So we are almost at an hour and a half, so I think we should probably wrap it up, even though I'm having way too much fun. But I actually have a bacon sandwich being prepared for me at the moment. So, Mel, what have you got going on? Yeah, bacon. I am a picky eater. We've all had discussions about how much of a picky eater I am this week on my Facebook, but I do really like bacon, so that is what I'm having tonight. So, Mel, I'm going to pop you full screen if I know how to, and just tell me what's going on your channel this week.
All right, so today I had a video out this morning. I typically upload Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I didn't upload yesterday, so I uploaded it this morning. So this morning I uploaded my video on the 7th pin set from Minnie Mouse Main Attraction, talking about King Arthur's Carousel, and just a closer look at the pins. And then on Wednesday, I will be showing the merchandise from Disneyland's 65th anniversary. I finally got my items. So I'll be showing the spirit jersey, the pins, the ears, all that good stuff. I'm pretty excited about that. And then on Saturday, I will be having the 3rd episode of my Disney Pins Night Live show. It's going to be Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Jersey time. And my guests are going to be Luke Antunes. He's going to come back. So we're going to do the Pin Night Live show, and also Sarah Beth from Just Around the River Trend. So it should be pretty exciting news. And on Saturday, we are also going to have my collaboration with Lize, where we exchange our snacks. So that's going to be at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, 12:30 p.m. British Standard Time. So we're going to open each other's snacks and just kind of see our reactions. And have this Disney Collector Chat episode 10 on my channel. So we're going to keep on talking about all these cool Disney collectibles and Disney collectible news.
Right, so Joe and Andy, I'm going to put you full screen. Let me know what's on your channel this week.
You know what's on?
No, I don't.
So, on Monday, assuming that I actually get it filmed, is going to be a look at the Tangled pin collection that we've got. Wednesday is the 2nd vlog from our Disneyland Paris trip, and that's the first part in the actual park.
Yeah.
And then Friday is unboxing our D23 membership box thing that has arrived, but not the D23 pins that I ordered. But I'm just going to let that slide. But yeah, that's what we've got coming up. And on Instagram on Monday, we do a pin board sale. So just various different pins, generally from Disneyland Paris, because obviously that's where we get our pins from. So yeah, on Monday we'll also have that on Instagram. That's us this week. So you know, Andy.
I'm looking forward to that pin sale, I've got to say. Very exciting videos from both of you. Mel, I'm particularly excited to see the Disneyland 65th haul, as I don't have my spirit jersey yet. I think it's going to take another 1 or 2 weeks to get into the country. I assume they use something like Joe and Andy, where they have an address and then they bring it all over in one go. And Joe and Andy, I'm really excited to see a Tangled pin collection, because I love Tangled. I have a pin collection that comprises of 3 Tangled pins, so it's a very sad collection.
I mean, but it's like it's half a board, isn't it? Yeah.
I want to expand it, but I'm always spending my money on plush, and then I have no money for pins. But I'm not going to go full screen, because I just keep shifting on this beanbag and I look really ridiculous. So on Tuesday, I've got my Marvel Sum Sums, and if I remember right, that is the very last video that I pre-filmed in my old house. So don't be confused when I'm still in my old house in that video. And then on Friday, I've got my Pop in a Box, and then on Saturday, I've got my snack swap with Mel. I did try everything in that video, except for the Oreos that were for my mom. I probably should have, because I've never tried those Oreos, but if I know I'm not going to like something, I usually won't try it. So maybe next time someone sends my mum these Oreos, I will try them. But she's been sent them twice now, and I just haven't tried them. And then obviously I am on Mel's channel next Sunday for Disney Collector Chat. I can't believe it's going to be episode 10 already.
No, oh my gosh, I know. It's exciting.
And we really, really appreciate having you on, Joe and Andy. It has been lovely. I could literally talk to you for like 24 hours straight and we wouldn't run out of things to talk about.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's brilliant. It's been good fun.
Make sure you guys scroll up in the chat
Yeah,
to get the
thank you
link
so much.
to Mel and Park Pioneers channel as well. And make sure you go and subscribe to them for me because they are both amazing channels.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for accepting our invite. It's always fun, talking to you guys. So you definitely have to come back.
Yeah, we loved it.
Is your phone going on call?
Yeah.
That's good timing.
But that is it from us, guys. Thank you so much for watching and speaking in the chat and everything. So we will be on Mel's channel next week, and as soon as she has scheduled it, I will put it in my community tab so that you've got the link and you can go and like it and set a reminder. Anyone else got anything they'd like to add before we go?
Yep.
Happy Sunday.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a great week. Bye.
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 Bye.